being the HIV Awareness Month for women and girls, you know, that is very impactful to bring something to you as important as a person who is living that. And I stand before you today to let you know that I have been living with HIV and AIDS for about 17, almost 18 years. 2 of those years, it's been an AIDS status. So I'm living with both of them. And the reason why I come out, and I know a couple of years ago we had the program, Silence is Death. And I made up my mind a couple of years ago to not hold on to, being silent, that people needed to know. All women needed to know. I know you've heard the stats, and it's a lot of, women, our black women and Hispanic women are being infected by this virus. I don't mind, I've never mind. I wasn't always at this point where I could stand before people and say, this is what I'm living with. It's a part of me. It's not who I am. And I think, with the stigma that was associated with this, it's hard for people to stand before people and say that. I don't have a problem with it now. I've been, it's been too long. It's time to step outside of, me and stand before people like you today to say, look, this thing is real. This is my reason. This is my quest now, because, if somebody had maybe if I understood it better years ago, I wouldn't be in this predicament. But when I did find out I had HIV, I didn't take it serious because I felt like, a friend of mine, she worked at the health department, so, I guess it was an awareness day, and she wanted people to come in and get tested. And so I was like, okay, I was agreeable with it, just to, I guess for numbers purposes or whatever. But anyway, I did go in, I got tested, I got my results back 2 weeks later. And during that time, I was in corporate America. So, when I got my results back, they were positive. So I thought that, she had made my results positive just out of spite or something like that, which is stupid to think now because, that stuff is really, that stuff is done confidentiality and it's done as a protocol to it. Knowing what I know now, but back then I didn't. So I went on, and of course people from the health department had got in touch with me and everything and let me know, this is what I was living with, and all I could think about was AZT, because all you heard was AZT back then that people were taking. And for a long time, people thought that, you just associated with a life-threatening illness, you're just going to die from it. And that's what I thought for the longest. So I never did anything about it, is the reason why I've been living with AIDS for 2 years. The last 2 years, when I found out again that I had the virus and that it had gotten to a worse stage than what it was, it was too late then. I was in an AIDS status. My CD4 was really low and everything, and I had a lot of virus inside of me and whatever. So I went to the doctor, and they were telling me that, the virus, the pneumonia that I had, I went into the hospital for pneumonia, and they told me that the pneumonia that I had was affiliated with HIV. And I was like, I knew way back from then, that I had HIV, they told me that I had HIV. And I didn't act on it, and when I went to the hospital, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop playing, because I know that either I'm gonna check out of here, or I'm just gonna be in this line with everybody else getting this stuff. But it really doesn't. It's not like that. It's been so much stigma and emphasis put on HIV and AIDS that people just, and if you're not educated about it, you can really be detrimental to somebody. But I stand before you today because I want women just like me to know that you can be infected. There is no face on it. It really disturbs me when young people, and that's really who's being more infected now, is our young people. I don't know if you all know or not, but does everybody know what HIV stands for? Everybody? So nobody knows what HIV is? Okay, so it's the human immunodeficiency virus. And this is the virus that causes AIDS. Does anybody know what AIDS stands for? It's the acronym for acquired immune deficiency syndrome, okay? So, you know, you have to be one. You know, people don't know that it's one before another. HIV is the virus that causes AIDS. When you look at people and you say, oh, she has AIDS, well, they had to have HIV before they had AIDS. And that's why I talk to people now, because I don't want them to, you know, I waited too long to do something about it before I became an AIDS status, but you don't have, everybody that has HIV doesn't have AIDS. You know, you can keep it at bay with the medications, just at HIV, you know. But, I mean, I wouldn't want somebody to even have to go through that, to even have to be put on a regimen, you know, to control this thing. So, and that's why I stand before people today. I just, you know, share my story, let them know I wasn't promiscuous, I wasn't a hooker, I didn't do drugs. I mean, there's not much to my story. I was just somebody that was in a relationship with somebody that evidently didn't share with me that they, you know, had another behavior going on that, you know, that was going to, you know, impact my life. So, this is who it's a part of who I am now.